welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, The Sun, where we're always working towards something greater. Today we're going to be talking about the meaning of white feathers. It's been quite a while since I've made a video about this. I stopped making videos around this time when I was making these videos before, and I've noticed that this is one of my most popular videos, so I thought I would follow up with the other parts of the series with this. So I did have another video filmed, but it's so old that I figured I might as well refilm it. So today we are going to be talking a bit about white feathers. This one's a little, not the best looking, I guess, feather, but it is a white feather. So we're going to just kind of talk about the meanings of those white feathers and what it can possibly mean for you. So I've got some notes sitting here that I'm going to kind of go through with you guys. So if I am looking down, that's just part of the reason why. So let's go ahead and get into the meaning of white feathers. So what white feathers can mean when you find them are when your desires and requests are being answered, after a period of disappointment and grief, as a way of encouragement to let you know that the universe is working in your favor. So at the time that I was finding these, I was in a period of time where I had a job that I really kind of thought that I had wanted, but it turned out that it really kind of wasn't working the best for me, and it was a disappointment. And I think it was just, telling me that it's time to move on from this position. It's not really what you were looking for, and that's okay. It's just time to move forward, and it might be a disappointment that it wasn't exactly what you hoped for, even though it clicks some of the boxes, but it's okay to move on, and here's your sign kind of that it's all right to move on from that. And something better is on the way. So the color of it can be of the crown chakra, so divine connection and a gateway to accessing and understand higher dimensions. It is a sign the messages are regarding spiritual relationship to yourself and world around you. So that's pretty interesting, that it's just kind of a connection to the divine and everything. In Native American kind of cultures, they believed that it was higher wisdom, peace, and an end of disaster, and new beginnings that come after death. So again, in my case, that's kind of what was happening in that situation, and it can be different for whatever your situation is. Might be a job, it might be a relationship, it might be something entirely different. Just you might be seeing these white feathers everywhere you go. You might find them in strange places. You could just be coming across it just randomly one here, and you find it, and just pay attention again. Just like the black feathers video with that one, just pay attention to what you're thinking about in that moment, what you're feeling in that moment, what's been on your mind a lot, and what you're thinking about at that specific time. I also do recommend to maybe take a look at the clock when you find it and see if it has any specific angel number meaning to it to you as well. It is also a sign of purity and spiritual connection and progression, a high vibration. It's used to cleanse energy of objects and people, cleanse auras and chakras. It also can mean the angels are nearby, they're nudges of encouragement and love, hope, and new beginnings, trust, and inner strength. So, all very good things that could mean that you're, again, being encouraged, that better things are on their way, good things are coming, and to not be afraid to kind of take new steps into new beginnings, not be afraid of that death situation where something's going to end, but something else is going to begin, and it's probably something more beneficial to you than what you've been through that was a disappointment and is a disaster. So what does it mean when they appear out of nowhere or appearing everywhere? For nowhere, it is an invitation from universe to do some self-reflection and ask yourself what brings you joy, spiritual fulfillment, and connection to spirit on a deep level. If you are finding them everywhere, they are meant to catch your attention and bring you back to the present moment. Wake up and live at a higher vibration. Also an inner reflection on spiritual goals, and be honest with yourself and see goals that you set for yourself that may not have been given the desired result you hoped for. So it's kind of just saying, listen to your heart and intuition, make a difficult decision. Sometimes we all get locked into believing our egos, what analytically seems correct. You know, our intuition and stuff is completely separate from what our logical brain tells us to do. And it's hard to break away from that. But this is just kind of a sign with these white feathers that you need to kind of listen to your heart a little bit more. And even though everything seems logical, that it's the best decision financially, or it's the best decision to stay in that relationship because, you know, maybe they give something to you that you feel like you wouldn't find somewhere else, but you're totally unhappy with everything else with it. You know, it's just a sign to tap into your intuition and see how you actually really feel about it. Not just live on the logical side of what makes most sense and stuff, because that's the place that you feel safe, is when there's something that you're used to. No matter how bad the situation is, your logical brain will not like change and tell you to keep doing that thing just because it's safe, it's what you know. But this is just kind of a sign to you that if you're feeling some kind of a disappointment, you feel like maybe it's a disaster and not quite what you hoped for, then it's time to listen to your heart a little bit more and kick out the logic a bit and believe in your heart a little bit more about what it actually wants you to do and where it wants you to go. Again, it's just kind of reconfirmation of believing in yourself, and the universe supports you. A sign of this feather showing up is a sign that the veil between you and your spirit guides is thinner, because they are responding to assisting what you requested, or your vibration is higher because of your own spiritual growth. It's also a sign of good luck when luck starts to turn good, more higher vibration signals. It also can be a sign from a passed on loved one that they're well and paying attention to those dates and times when you notice that. So if it has any significance to maybe them when they passed, or a favorite date, or something of significance with the time or date when you found it, could be possibly something in connection with your passed on loved ones. It doesn't necessarily have to be a certain time or date. It doesn't have to especially make a correlation to that, but even more so, it could have a connection that way if it does have significance of what time or date it is. And ultimately, it just kind of means a breakthrough to bring better things into life through beliefs and higher vibration. And again, trusting in yourself, trusting in your heart, listening to your intuition. And your spirit guides, guardian angels, and everything are there for you, trying to help you out in this time. So there you go, guys. That was the description on white feathers. I'm sure that you can find more details if you're interested online, of finding more details about what this means through other YouTube videos, through online sources. If none of this rang true to you, then maybe there is something on another source that could. So I definitely encourage you to keep looking into it a little bit more. But just definitely whatever this resonates with you. It doesn't exactly have to be everything that I mentioned. Some of that might not necessarily mean anything to you, but just kind of take the pieces that do resonate with you, because that's probably more than likely what it's pointing to if other things aren't making sense. So anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that you all are reaching for the sun, the sky, the stars above. May life be filled with happiness, light, and love. Bye.